Coming up on this edition of SUTV News, new regulations prove challenging for drivers.
Learn the tricks of the game of poker.
And in sports, women's basketball had a weekend split at home.
This is SUTV News, and it starts now.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Mariah Stevens.
And I'm Nicole Johnson.
A major announcement today affecting NDSU from North Dakota Attorney General Wayne Stengen. He ruled the 1979 state law behind the university's decision to freeze the $1.2 million federal grant for a new sex education research program as invalid.
The freezing of the funds raised questions from NDSU faculty about academic freedom. Today, President Dean Bershani issued this statement: a competitive federal grant of more than $1 million in their field is not typical and suggests a rather compelling and impressive proposal. Along with the provost and their deans, I add my voice in respect for the principal investigators who successfully secured the involved federal grant. The 3-year grant was originally set to begin in January, involving teens ages 15 to 19, and was in collaboration with Planned Parenthood.
Walking around campus is not as easy as it used to be. North Dakota State University is still cleaning up from snow from this weekend's blizzard. Most areas' students got the day off from school on Monday. All classes and offices were shut down at NDSU, and Fargo set a record with 9.3 inches of snowfall on Sunday, breaking the 60-year-old record for the date. Some areas got up to 2 feet of snow, with roads in rough shape. Many interstates remained closed overnight and into the morning.
Students at Minnesota State University, Moorhead, and Concordia College are very upset with the new city snow removal district parking regulations. Lately, when students come to campus, there is no place for them to park. The city of Moorhead recently applied their first emergency snow removal, leaving many street parkers at MSUM and Concordia wondering what happened to their vehicle. More than 130 street parkers were towed after not following the new snow removal district parking regulations. Parking signs may only have 1 per block, so it's important to stay close attention while looking for a place to park.
After moving only a few blocks, a Fargo mattress store has seen their store's traffic rise substantially. While the boost in traffic may be good for local business owners, city officials are having a difficult time managing traffic safety. Cities such as Williston and Dickinson are working on maintaining safety and infrastructure while traffic amounts grow. While some Williston intersections have even been cited to have greater amounts of traffic than those in the Fargo-Moorhead area, store owners are also facing issues with their newfound traffic, such as lack of parking spaces and access to the store from major roads.
For the past 3 years, various renovation options have been proposed for the Fargo Dome, but now that meetings are taking place with local architects, it seems the propositions might turn into tangible plans. Conceptual drawings have been created and will stand as a visual, and until the Fargo Dome Authority Board can vote and make more final decisions, the 30,000 square foot update, most likely located on the south side of the dome, will have a sky lounge, exclusive club rooms, and a skywalk connecting the Bison Sports Arena on 17th Avenue.
Match what our competitors would have, especially since we're being able to compete on a national level like we've never had before.
The new space will accommodate events like weddings and add another 8 meeting rooms. Although it will eliminate a few hundred parking spots, it is expected to be worth the sacrifice and significantly add up to Fargo's up-and-coming metropolitan area.
The game of poker is more than just luck. An NDSU professor will share tips of the game after this week's 7-day forecast.
Watch SUTV News on Cable One. Produced by students of Bison Information Network, we promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SU TV News on Cable 1 Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Stop and Go.
Hey, I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm here to tell you about 15 on 15.
It means MapBus arrives every 15 minutes on Route 15, from downtown
to around town. Find out more about 15 on 15 at mapbus.com.
Check it out on Facebook and Twitter, keyword MapBus.
It's so fast and convenient.
There are way more than 15 reasons to check out 15 on 15.
I ride MapBus.
And I ride MapBus.
And you should too.
SU TV News is brought to you by Stop and Go. Stop and Go. We're always there.
Welcome back. As the 63rd Assembly of the North Dakota Legislature continues,
representatives are hard at work to make positive changes for the university. At this point in the legislative season, North Dakota State University is waiting to hear back about a couple proposals it had this year, whether or not the proposed $6.4 million increase will be approved, and if a new campus STEM building will be approved as well. President
It's a very exciting time for the state of North Dakota. Our legislators are taking advantage of that opportunity, and I think increasingly showing a vision for a different North Dakota, and one that will be very positive and very productive and very beneficial to every North Dakotan who lives in the state.
Results of the proposals will be given in May.
A bill introduced to the North Dakota legislature could change the look of your bumper. If approved, the bill could call for a new general issue license plate. The plates would include a new design created by the Department of Transportation. States such as Minnesota have already switched to the digitally produced flat license plates. This technology makes the plates longer lasting than the stamped metal ones that North Dakota has. It has been nearly a decade since North Dakota has issued new plates, and some legislatures believe it is this way overdue. The new plates would cost millions of dollars for North Dakota. February is Black History Month, and NDSU is trying to make the most of its several events. The second major event took place this past Saturday at the Dancing Through the Decades event. Several students from both NDSU and MSUM put on a dance show that provided both music and dance from the 1950s through today. There will be a lot of events going on, but it is important to remember why Black History Month is celebrated.
Your ancestral history helps you also be able to, create an identity for yourself.
The next event takes place next Tuesday, where the movie The Price of the Ticket will be shown at 11:30 a.m. in the Memorial Union Prairie Room.
Some people believe that poker is all about luck. Odds are they have a lot to learn. SUTV's Jaron Medenwald has more.
Warren Christensen is a physics professor at NDSU who is disproving the notion that poker is all about luck.
The difference is that gambling games like blackjack or roulette have fixed payouts. And the odds are stacked against you. Poker is different. You don't play against the house. You sit at a table and you play against the other people that are sitting around the table.
Warren has translated his knowledge in physics and mathematics to the felt of the poker table.
For me, poker is a really a neat confluence between a game that is fun, that brings enjoyment when you can actually win and do well, with a whole bunch of calculations and mathematical ideas that I've used in physics classes and in math classes kind of my whole life.
His friends and colleagues have begun to share his excitement for the game.
Usually when I show physics friends or faculty members like what an expected value calculation looks like for poker, they get really excited because they're like, well, we do that all the time. Like I would be really good at doing this.
What started as a hybrid between work and play has now turned into a lifelong activity.
I don't think I'll ever lose a passion for playing poker. it's just fantastic.
Jared Madenwald reporting, SUTV News.
Earlier this week, Dr. Christensen held a Science Cafe seminar at the Hotel Donaldson called Luck Isn't a Lady, which covered the statistics of small samples, the science and mathematics of the game of poker.
With the snow piled up and midterms around the corner, winter blues might be creeping in. This week, Simple Health offers some easy ways to beat those blues. Many people feel depressed in the winter or even develop seasonal affective disorder. One basic way to improve mood is to exercise. Even a short walk can release endorphins. Even during the busy time, making time to relax is important. Try to find a few minutes to do nothing. Social support should not be underestimated. Call friends and family or arrange a study date with classmates.
I can say it is pretty tempting to skip class when it's a -30 out with a 50-mile-per-hour wind, so yeah, that's pretty nasty.
I'll watch a lot of Netflix. I'll try to read my textbooks if possible. Just hang out, I guess.
According to the Farmer's Almanac, Fargo is ranked in the top 5 coldest cities in the U.S. Instead of avoiding the snow and cold, embracing the season, staying positive and active can help you healthy.
As with all fads, things come and go, but is one of the most popular social networking sites becoming one? We'll take a closer look after this week's campus calendar.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Watch SUTV News on Cable One. Produced by students of Bison Information Network, we promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SUTV News on Cable One Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Stop and Go.
Hey, I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm here to tell you about 15 on 15.
It means MapBus arrives every 15 minutes on Route 15, from downtown
to around town. Find out more about 15 on 15 at mapbus.com.
Check it out on Facebook and Twitter, keyword MapBus.
It's so fast and convenient.
There are way more than 15 reasons to check out 15 on 15.
I ride MapBus.
And I ride MapBus.
And you should too.
Welcome back. A popular social media site is seeing a decrease in usership.
The Pew Research Center revealed that Facebook may be a thing of the past. The center revealed that 61% of Facebook users at one point have taken extended breaks from the site. Drama, boredom, and irrelevant posts are just a few reasons why people are leaving the #1 social media site in the world. NDSU students seem to agree that Facebook is getting old.
Yeah, I kind of find it boring, and there are a lot of people that put everything on their life on Facebook, and it's kind of annoying to read.
I do actually find myself logging on to Facebook less. Now that I have Twitter, I check my Twitter a little more often than I do my Facebook. And once I usually read through my news feed on Facebook, I'm like, okay, there's nothing else interesting, and then I'll just log off.
Only 7% of internet users say they no longer have a Facebook profile. Worldwide, Facebook has over 1 billion followers.
Residents of North Dakota have something they should feel proud about. A cover story in New York Times calls North Dakota the luckiest place on earth. North Dakota ranks #1 in unemployment rates with a mild 3.2%. Not only does North Dakota have the best unemployment rates in the country, it also has a very stable housing market. The state has the 3rd lowest home foreclosure rate in the U.S. Along with having a great economy, many residents and students of NDSU think North Dakota is great.
I think North Dakota is great because people are always willing to lend a hand and help you get unstuck from the snow.
There's a lot of job opportunities. Like I said before, people are really nice here, so they make you feel welcome.
North Dakota's economic good fortune is a function of being a major producer of 2 very in-demand commodities, wheat and oil, both which have seen huge global price increases.
Although we were hit with a weekend blizzard, that didn't stop fraternity and sorority members at NDSU from freezing for a good cause. Alpha Tau Omega and Kappa Delta have camped out since Sunday night. For the past 5 days, members of the Greek community have been partaking in the annual Freeze-a-thon. The fundraiser always takes place during February and usually lands on the coldest week. This year, some members had the unfortunate luck of weathering the recent winter storm that rolled through the FM area.
So we're constantly panhandling and trying to get money. And I suppose the whole mission of this is to raise money for Nokomis. And hopefully with this money they'll be able to get better scholarships, better school supplies, and allow for more people to be a part of the Nokomis family.
Nokomis has 2 child care centers in Fargo, which provide a place for children to thrive and grow regardless of their financial needs. Love is in the air today.
This week for Sidewalk Stampede, we set out to learn what you think is the most romantic gesture for Valentine's Day.
I think that is if people make like handmade Valentine's cards.
For me, it would probably be buy flowers and go out to eat or go to a movie.
Probably send them edible arrangements.
I think that taking your significant other to a movie maybe would be an awesome gesture.
Just to spend time with them, find out what they like, do that, listen to them.
You know, I really like surprises. Any kind of spontaneity, I think, would be a win with me.
I think surprises are great. Joining me now is sports anchor Jake Cheetah.
I agree with both of you. I think that anything you can do for a loved one is really great on Valentine's Day. I will be spending my Valentine's Day weekend a different way by visiting the men's basketball team. We'll talk about men's and women's basketball, this and more when we return with SU TV Sports.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Watch SU TV News on Cable One. Produced by students of Bison Information Network, we promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SU TV News on Cable 1 Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Stop and Go.
We're Force fans because we love coming to the games. It's very affordable and the whole family enjoys it.
We're Force fans because we enjoy coming to the Force games. It gives us something to do and look forward to every week.
This is Force Hockey.
Welcome back. The Bison women's basketball team entered the weekend in 5th place in the Summit League with a chance to pull into 4th with 2 victories. After a win versus Oakland, the Bison took on the Mastodons of Fort Wayne in a game that featured 2 completely different halves. Early on in the first half, Australian freshman Marina Whittle finds Katie Burkle for the layup. She had 13 points on the game. IPFW would hang around though. Right here, Erin Murphy hits the 3. That is a running trend for IPFW. Right before the half, Danielle DeGagne finds Jamie Van Kirk. She hits a 3 for the Bison at the buzzer. She had 13 points in the first half. Early in the second half, freshman Holly Johnson gets in on the action with a layup. She had a career-high 9 points in the game. It was all IPFW from there on. Right here, you'll see a 3-pointer by Stephanie Mock. Then another 3, this one a step back by Haley Siebert. She had 15 points on the game. And why not? Another triple, this one by Amanda Hyde. She knocks it down and led all scorers with 19 points. NDSU would lose this one 70-58. Van Kirk managed only 2 points in the second half. The Bison men's team is only allowing 54 points per game against Summit League opponents this season. A big reason why the Bison are allowing so few points is the defense of the only freshman starter. SUTV's Ryan Nelson has more on Corey Brown, the Bison defensive specialist.
Out front, stolen by Corey Brown. Corey's like an octopus. He's got 8 arms.
Starting as a true freshman, Corey Brown does not lead the team in a single statistical category, but the team and coaching staff knows the impact he can have, especially on defense.
You say it's kind of like a really good offensive lineman. Their statistics aren't always reflected on a stat sheet, but he can really affect the game without actually having to put up points or grab a ton of rebounds or this or that.
I feel like I'm not just space, taking up space, but you know, the guys always said just keep doing what I'm doing on the defensive end, and that's where I take my pride in the game. So I just do it there and let them do the rest.
Although finding a player as defensive-minded as Brown is rare, the Illinois native found his passion very early on.
This started when I was real young, when I even first learned how to play basketball. Defense was taught to me by my father. He said anyone can play offense, but someone who works on their defense hard and can stop an offensive player, that's the person they'll take a look at even more.
Each time he plays defense, it offers a new challenge, but the goal is always the same.
I mean, every now and then you got to fix things because an offensive player might be doing something different that you haven't seen before, but I just fix it during the game and I lock it down.
Brown has already guarded some of the top talent in the country and says he is up for any challenge.
Whenever I hear that someone, are you scared to guard him? Are you afraid of him? He does this, he does that. I don't take that into effect. I just come out and play my game.
I'm Ryan Nelson, SU TV Sports.
The Bison take on first place Western Illinois and last place IUPUI this weekend at home in the BSA. A sweep of both teams guarantees the Bison at least a second place finish in the Summit League. Last Sunday, the blizzard hit hard, but fans still managed to get into the BSA to watch a hot Bison wrestling team. It was senior day against Northern Colorado, and all 5 Bison seniors showed up to win. At 125 pounds in the second period, Trent Sprinkle pins Abe Fox for his 99th career victory. At 141 pounds, Mark Erickson takes down Nick Adams and eventually gets the major decision 13-5. In the next match, Joe Gardner takes down Nick Allspaw in the second, and he gets the technical foul 22-7. At 184 pounds, Max Stoll gets the perfect takedown as he slams Keith Johnson and wins the decision. And in the final match, Callan Kleinschmidt Kleinschmidt, gets a takedown as time expires to get the 16-3 major decision. NDSU goes on to win 36-8 and stays undefeated in the Western Wrestling Conference. The Bison will finish the conference season at South Dakota State this weekend. A win will clinch the Western Wrestling Conference title, and senior Trent Sprinkle will also be chasing his 100th career win. Sunday, the Shelley Ellig Indoor Track and Field Facility will host an event for area youngsters. Bison athletes and coaches will hold several skills camps. The Little Bison Track and Field Camp is open to anyone ages 5 to 10 and will end with a pizza party at noon. The pole vault and throw clinics will be all-day events, and the Learn by Doing clinic will take place in the afternoon. For more information on the clinics, visit the track and field page at gobison.com. A huge weekend for a lot of Bison sports, but wrestling, they can clinch the Western Wrestling Conference, and Trent Sprinkle has a big weekend ahead of him.
You know, if he wins, he'll be the 9th Bison wrestler to have 100 wins.
And the Bison men's basketball team, they're pretty stout at home, and it's hard to beat them.
They're 10-0 at home right now, so it should be a good weekend. Well, when we come back, we'll show you how old-time favorite attraction gets a new look.
This is Sarah Hunter, Career Specialist with the NDSU Career Center. While our past career fairs have only been one day in the spring, this Career Expo is actually 2 days long. It gives students the chance to find opportunities in not just a couple, but many different majors.
My name is Jamie and I'm a senior at NDSU. I'm going to the Career Expo because I think it's a great opportunity to network. I also graduate in May, so this is perfect timing for me to find a job.
The number one tip I have for students as a career specialist is get started right away. Don't wait to prepare. Make sure you start preparing by coming into the Career Center, getting your resume critiqued, doing your research on the companies, and really getting mentally prepared for the Career Expo.
We're Force fans because we love coming to the games. It's very affordable and the whole family enjoys it.
We're Force fans because we enjoy coming to the Forest games. It gives us something to do and look forward to every week.
This is Force Hockey.
Watch SU TV News on Cable One. Produced by students of Bison Information Network, we promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SU TV News on Cable One Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Stop and Go.
Welcome back. One of the most historic sites in the Fargo-Moorhead area has a new attraction. Bonanzaville is opening its doors for a year-round museum in West Fargo. Operated by the Cass County Historical Society, the new site will feature displays that show elements of Cass County history. Exhibits feature themes from an Abraham Lincoln rotating display to early North Dakota tribe memorabilia. Executive Director Troy White thinks that people will be surprised by all that the museum has to offer. He suggests going through it more than once because every time you turn, there's something new to discover.
Thank you for watching this edition of SU TV News.
Be sure to pick up your copy of The Spectrum and check us out on Facebook or Twitter.
We leave you now with the sights and sounds of Little I, the largest student-sponsored event at NDSU. Have a great night.